The Shankar-Jaikishan era, which was started by the Jugalbandi of Shankar Singh Raghuvanshi and Jaikishan Dayabhai Panchal, is recorded in the cinema history as a melodious period for the entire 20 years between 1949 to 1969. It is well known that the music composer Ju started from Prithvi Raj Kapoor's Prithvi Theatre, where Shankar, who come from Hyderabad, he also got some roles in Prithvi's plays, which he considered as a part of his job while working in his theatre. Shankar also learned to play sitar. It is important to mention here that before joining Prithvi, Shankar had learnt this instrument from Ustad Baba Nasir Khan, who used to play tabla in mahfils during his teenage years. Shankar's friend Dattaram, who later became an important music director himself and worked as the Ju's assistant for years, took Shankar to Chandravadan Bhatt, a Gujarati film director, to get him work in films. During the waiting period, Shankar met Jaikishan, who had come in search of work. This led to the tabla player Shankar being fortunate enough to be in the company of harmonium player Jaikishan. At that time, there was a vacancy for a harmonium teacher in Prithvi Theatre. The Jaikishan accepted the offer and thus linked his destiny with this theatre for the future. Then what happened? The rest of the story is what the world of music could achieve by becoming a golden chapter in a big history. The friendship of Shankar and Jaikishan played an important role in creating a new type of musical Ju by bringing two differences on a common ground in the musical sense. On one hand, it brought the tabla and dholak together with the harmonium, while on the other hand, rhythm was placed next to melody in an unparalleled manner. It also helped the popular music and folk tones of Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat to come closer to each other in a harmonious manner. What it's meant to say is that both the musicians in their own way brought their arts and naturalness under one sky, from where the subsequent musical journey became a very important and glorious journey for film music. Starting with the immense success of Barsat, the Shankar-Jaikishan Ju created memorable music for hundreds of notable films. As this music seems to lay the foundation of such a modern music in which, instead of containing the undertones of the rhythm pattern of the previous musicians, some new kind of rhythm and beat structure takes its shape. However, it is less interesting to see that despite creating new types of musical and using piano, mandolin, guitar, accordion and drums etc., he was still using classical instruments of the same time, especially the use of instruments whose composition is not prominently used in film music. For example, the excellent use of Panal's ghost flute can be seen in Basant Bahar, Ustad Ali Akbar Khan's sarod and Pandit Ram Narayan's sarangi in Sima and Ustad Rais Khan's sitars in Amrapali. At the same time, to test his understanding of modern music, we can hear Shankar's pyro in Anari, Hazara Singh's electric guitar in Sarat, Manohari Singh's saxophone in Arju, Chick Chikule's trumpet in Dil Apna और प्रीत पराई, Balsaraj harmonium in Dil Ek Mandir and Guri Shivraj's accordion in Chori Chori. Before Hemant Kumar, Mukhopadhyay became a successful musician who knew that in his youth he was rejected in audition by many record companies. To overcome this disappointment, he started writing stories in the famous Bengali magazine Desh. Similarly, his father Kalidas Mukherjee and many others were unaware of the fact that young Hemant was not only influenced by the poems of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore but also roamed around with many of his compositions around his neck. It is not without reason that the house that Hemant Kumar built after his first big commercial success. It must be considered a play of destiny that the teenage singer who was turned away by several companies saying that his voice was not suitable for singing. Columbia Music, one of them, impressed by Hemant Kumar, recorded songs of Rabindranath Tagore in his voice and put them up for sale in the same year. While starting his film music career, Hemant Kumar developed close relationship with great musicians, including legends like Kamal Das Gupta, Pandit Amarnath, Salil Chaudhary. The first representative films to give him recognition as a composer was Anandamath. Along with this, it is also interesting to know that he got the opportunity to sing for the first time in the Hindi film Irada under the music direction of Pandit Amarnath. He has also been a singer influenced by Rabindra Sangeet in whose early singing. The influence of Pankaj Malik of New Theatres can be clearly seen. Due to this, he killed to call himself Chota Pankaj. Later, his friend and experimental musician Salil Chaudhary helped him to come out of his influence, with whom he had met and befriended during the time of IPTA, a prominent cultural organization of leftist ideology formed in those days. For him, Salil Chaudhary's statement that if God sang, his voice would be like Hemant Kumar's and Lata Mangeshkar's statement that while listening to him, it always feels as if a sant is singing in a temple, stand in support of the fact that the sattvic aura of the voice of an artist like Hemant Kumar is close to the divine resonance in his purest form. Similarly, his musical personality has also been such that through all his turns, he always creates such a pure tone which is very difficult to find in these noisy times. If you have to choose a few selected films for the specialties of Hemant Kumar's music, then the films that would be placed on the top would be Anandamath, Nagin, Durgesh Nandini, ताज, साहिब बेबी और गुलाम, 20 साल बाद, बिन बादल बरसात, कोहरा, मिस मैरी, अनुपमा एंड खामोशी. Remembering the inspiration of capable music guru like Nirupad Mukherjee, Puchu Gopal Bose and Pani Banerjee, Malik behind the original musical vision of the connoisseur musician is like remembering Hemant Kumar himself.